Hello, everybody, and welcome to RocketCast. I'm joined by Biggie again. God, yeah, I felt like we just got through with this, but I also have Pablo from MMACoin joining us once again with a few more updates, and maybe we'll be super mean to him.
Pablo got a UFC fighter, dude.
I know.
Yeah, I saw that. You dropped that this morning, didn't you?
I'm gonna sick Sarah on you guys, and she's gonna do my light work.
Come get it.
As long as she calls me a naughty boy when she's doing it.
Uh-huh. What do we got?
Yeah,
I'm trying to pull up the announcement. So you got Sarah Too Sweet Alpar. Alper?
Yeah, Alpar.
Yeah, Alpar. So giving back, paying forward. I like it.
Yeah, it was our first UFC fighter. We've had one championship fighter, BKFC, BYB, Extreme. We've got a couple jiu-jitsu fighters, but yeah, this was our first UFC fighter, so it was pretty exciting. Everybody, there's huge fight companies out there, but most people know the UFC, right? So it was
right.
good for us.
That's the big one. Is Pride still in existence?
I don't think so. Although who knows what kind of backyard stuff they got going.
Yeah,
I don't know.
exactly. They were always kind of they were the underground. I watched a little bit of Pride. It was pretty bad. They the rules were not really stuck to very often.
Yeah.
It went okay. So I'm way out of date. It went defunct in 2007.
Yeah.
I am 14 years out of date.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going way back in fighter times. Although that was kind of one of the originals, really.
Yeah. It was them, and then who was it over in Japan? Was that K1?
I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not positive who that was.
We could probably stop talking about decades old fights, huh?
What do you got going days, for the dude?
It was fun to watch.
When you could have midgets fighting giants.
Oh god.
So what we got going on, Pablo? What's new with MMACoin besides the UFC fighter? What's fresh, bro?
Been a lot of action going on. So we just got listed on CoinGecko, which was really good. So it gave us a lot of exposure. Quite frankly, I think it gave us more exposure than I thought it would. We got a nice pump on
I see that
on the chart, which was sweet. So we've been working on CoinMarketCap, and I think I've submitted the application multiple times, and the last one I submitted was it was very extensive with with PDF documents and links and you name it. I was thinking about sending a family picture in, but I was like, that might be taking it overboard. But so we're working on that. We'll get CoinMarketCap. That's obviously a good one.
Have you tried nudes?
Did not go down that path either.
You probably should.
A few more weeks, I start getting desperate. Anything's possible.
It can't hurt.
Yeah. We recently got on xt.com, so our first centralized exchange, which also has gone quite well. I think also gave us a lot of exposure, getting a lot of volume over there. So I think volume is always a good thing. That just makes it easy for people to buy. It's like, oh, how do I buy MMACoin? I hear that a lot. You can just be like, yeah, go on xt.com, or go on PocketSwap or go on 100x Altbase. Just making it easy to buy is a good thing. It was one of our goals. So I think we've accomplished that.
How does the sex work with the reflections?
They do not automatically handle tokenomics. We started having discussions about the 1%, piece. And in short, where there's nothing will happen with those. You know,
So it's
there's
better.
probably ways, but it was just getting so complex that I'm like, it's not. The no tax. There's basically there'll be no tax when people are buying and selling. So that's kind of that kind of makes up for it, I guess.
I gotcha. But
Yeah,
it's better. It's better for the project to stay DeFi. Yeah.
I think so. It's we've had a couple complaints about just centralized exchanges, and we all know how they work. I mean, I've 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 contacted support on some centralized exchanges, and and I've
Mm-hmm.
gotten back to me a month later, or and then they didn't get back to you with the right information, and you hit them again, and you wait another month. So it's the typical challenges of centralized exchanges, and they probably have a backlog of thousands and thousands of tickets. So there's no telling what they're going through. But yeah, I mean, obviously, to me, I'm a big fan of DeFi. So
Dude,
Me too.
XT's like a ripoff of old school Binance. I'm on their exchange right now.
I am too. I'm looking at your volume traded over day to day. It looks like it did all right for you.
yeah, I
I
think
love.
it's all part of the big picture, right? There's marketing, making things easy to buy, and kind of validating your token. There's things that need to get done, and I felt like that was one of them.
Hmm. Well, and you can check that box off when people inevitably come into the chat and say when CEX,
Yeah.
That's so
when
weird
listing.
though that people are bitching about a CEX when people always bitch to us about not being on one.
Sometimes it's being a token owner is a challenge. Sometimes can't win. You
Yeah.
can't win, and
Sometimes you can't win anything.
yeah, you can't win. Yeah, but that's okay. That's there's pros and cons to it, but that's you
Exactly.
got to deal. You got to deal with that. So that's been good. Again, I think we've been killing it with the fighters, and the
Wet
we have some
T-shirt contest.
Yep. I think I was not there, but I heard it got out of control a bit and was not appropriate for any social media whatsoever. So
That's a lie.
it was
That's a
hard.
lie.
That's a lie. Whoever told you that's holding you back, Pop.
They're
Yeah, I was
holding
like,
out on you.
I'm
They're
like,
gonna
I don't know
they're
what
gonna
transpired,
NFT that stuff.
but something was going down at that party. So,
Damn, I'm upset I didn't get to go.
yeah. Well, the next one we'll be hosting another party in December. The next BYB 8. So it's the BYB Extreme Fighting Company. So their number 8 is in December in it's either Miami or Tampa. So we'll be sponsoring one of the parties there. But I will be down there for that one.
Sounds like
And
fun.
not sure what events are going to take place, but I'll keep everyone posted on that.
Oh, and it's not a bad time to be in South Florida, huh?
Yeah,
Middle of December.
yeah, it's a nice place to be in the middle of December, right?
Yeah.
Flights to Florida.
You can probably get a gift.
$169, dude. Sold.
Let's
I can
go.
bring friends, so
Give me
It might-
It doesn't
on that
matter,
plus
dude.
one.
I'll finesse my way into that bitch.
there you go.
He'll just bum rush the gate. What could go wrong in a fighting championship?
They might actually throw you in the ring. I mean, who knows? Somebody might be down. They might need a backup.
I'll take it.
Biggie
I've
would
been-
go. He'd
I've been
go.
beat up before.
Let's see.
So other stuff we got going on. So pretty interesting. So we connected with Royal Doge Poker and set up an an MMACoin poker table, so no limit Texas Hold'em, and have the ability to now bet with your MMA coin, which is pretty cool.
Really? That
Yeah.
is cool.
So we're going to be doing Saturday night, 6 p.m. Eastern, hit the table, play for a while. I think last week I played for about an hour and a half or so. Kind of was crushed. I was kind of feeling bad because I was crushing a few guys.
You should never feel bad for winning.
Yeah, and then it was funny
Take
because
them for everything they have.
Yeah, I said if we keep playing like this, I'm going to end up with all the tokens here. That's, but no, it's cool. I mean, it's a good utility. It's pretty cool. So I think that was a cool partnership. Being able to putting some utility into the token. What other good stuff do we have going on? Yeah, so we've got our Gary Tonin, our one of our sponsored fighters.
Mm-hmm.
He has named his charity who he wants to donate to, so we're going to donate on his behalf. It's kids charity. I'll announce that later, but they basically support probably about 175 kids, giving them kind of combat training, a lot of jiu-jitsu training, but basically fund everything for them, keeping them off the streets. So that's gonna be cool. We're gonna make a big event of that. We're gonna go down there, video, do do the giveaway, meet with the kids, hang out, stuff like that. So that'll be cool. I'm looking forward to that one.
No, well, I trust if anyone can actually make a donation, it's you, Pablo.
Damn it, baby. No, I know for a fact that any kind of fight training, it adds some discipline to your life. It adds the structure. You can't really go in there and continue with the same mindset. So that's whatever they're doing. It sounds like it's good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think any martial arts really, it creates respect and discipline, and which is good.
The threat of bodily harm is also a pretty good motivator.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Having absolute assurance that you would lose that fight just tends to make you listen.
Yeah, exactly. They get in there and they're like, oh, we're not messing around in here. Let's But no, I think I think these guys are making a difference in the world. So I'm pretty stoked about doing that donation. It'll definitely be good.
When do you have that going out?
I'm working around Gary's training schedule, so he's training for the championship fight. I think December 5th in Singapore. Okay. So he's going for the big one. So it's going to be really tricky, honestly, trying to get him to fly out and do this. So I'm trying to sort it out, see if we can do it before the fight or if we're going to get stuck doing it after the fight. But hopefully before, because December 5th is a little ways out. I'd like to make it happen sooner.
Yeah.
But I reached out to the charity, and they're full legit charity, and they were excited. They were like, "Oh my God, this is so great! Thank you so much!" And so yeah, it's good stuff.
Are you able to spit out an amount for us, or is that going to be going too far?
Yeah, kind of. It's we have our charity wallet. We haven't cashed it out, but I think there's probably four or 5,000 in there at the moment.
There you go.
So yeah, we're going to try to do a nice number, and we'll likely put a press release out tied around that also for getting some additional exposure.
Yeah. Well, that it does always feel weird to do kind of cross promotion when you're talking about charity, but
yeah, I know it is. It's like, but it's you gotta. The more of that we do, the bigger we get, the more charity we can more charities we can give to. So it's in the long run, it works out for everyone.
Exactly. No, it's a win-win.
Yeah, exactly. I think so. We got our merch store up, which was really cool from last time we talked. So I had gone through and
You got a
talking
link for it? I'll
yeah,
steal
I do.
that.
Yep, do. I'll send that over to you. So I think we've got t-shirts and hoodie and a hat in there. So two different hoodies, t-shirt and a hat. So yeah, it's cool. So MMAT's company hooked us up, so you can go there and buy, and they ship globally and all that good stuff. So it's also tied to the industry, which is cool. So it's us helping another MMA company out, which is cool.
Did you change is your website still MMACoin.io?
Yeah.
The store button's broken.
It don't work.
Yeah, let me see.
It says coming soon.
Yeah, that's the website. We're actually about to deploy a brand new website. So I'm having so the back end of our website is was not done properly, I'd say. It's the content management system's less than desirable. I think it's lacking all search engine optimization capabilities. So we're really losing out, quite frankly, on people doing searches and all the things you really need to happen. So we've got someone building us a brand new one. So it's also going to have a bit more of a fighter crypto flair to it, right? Which will be cool. It'll be super modern, and the back end will be just sick and have the best search engine optimization, set up. So all those people searching for things are getting sucked right to our website. So I haven't spent a ton of time updating some of these pieces because I'm like, it's all going to be gone soon, in the next few weeks, hopefully.
Sounds all pretty sick, bro.
Yeah, no, it's going to be. I'm excited about that. I think it's a really slick website that does what it needs to do. It's kind of a foundational thing that you need to have in place, right? So this one did the job for a while, but we're moving on from this one.
Of course,
Okay.
always gotta upgrade and update, dude. It's sick all the fighters you're getting on, dude.
Yeah, I think we're up to like 10 or so.
It has been like 1 or 2 a week. I've been super impressed with that.
Yeah, it's been a lot. We're grinding hard for sure. Yeah, we even we connected with we partnered up with a company called Terp House Farms. So they're a CBD provider. These guys are they're super connected in the fight industry. So they've been hooking us up with a lot of very interesting connections, which could lead to some really good things for us. But these guys are also, it's kind of a weird thing. They basically, while they're out kind of selling their CBD, they are also selling MMACoin, right? So it's literally like a Salesforce, okay? Old school Salesforce, but it's effective. It's they're out there doing that, and they're like, hey, check out this MMACoin, and they're very good at it. So now, at first, I was like, well, this is an interesting approach. It's very, very, it's not a internet digitized approach to selling, right? It's like, but hey, let's give it a shot. So yeah, it's been effective. One of the things we're actually doing is we're having very serious conversations with them about doing having MMACoin branding on CBD on some of their CBD products, which will be totally cool.
Are we gonna get the MMA the Badger energy drink with CBD?
I'd like to get that at some point. I've started having conversations with energy drink branding companies and bottling companies, and it's a complex industry. It's doable. It's probably be very costly, but it's definitely on the roadmap. I would love to do something like that. I mean, honestly, my vision is kind of I have crazy visions of this, ecosystem of our own. But MMACoin, jujitsu academies, and different things like that. It's all. I think once we build the brand up and we're super strong, I think those kind of opportunities, will present themselves even more and more. Or I'll go out and tackle them and make them happen, like I like I usually do. But yeah, no, I think there's endless possibilities of stuff we can do, but tying it to various products and academies and all these things, and then being able to utilize MMA coin at all these places, it's all kind of part of the big picture.
All right. Well, I mean, you've definitely delivered on what you set out on the last podcast. So I'm excited to see what the future holds.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and we've got NFTs coming out for Gary Tonin. So been working on that, but making sure licensing is all appropriate, and quite frankly, hunting for the right marketplace to post them. So we'll have the bronze, silver, gold, and then ultra. And the ultra will have you'll get a physical signed, gloves or something with the ultra.
Right.
It seems like all the money is on ETH, like where people are willing to pay. I know there's some other marketplaces, so we're trying to strategize and figure out the best approach for that.
No, I think when we did the last recording, Solana wasn't even on anyone's minds, but it that seems like it's a pretty good good marketplace for it as well.
Yeah, Solana, man, their crypto has been going wild lately. It's the last month and a half, it's rocketed up nicely. It's doing some extreme like ups and downs too. It seems to be a very good trading crypto, right?
Yeah.
Does a 20% dip, you buy, goes 20% up. I honestly have done that a couple times on it.
Well, good for you.
Yeah. So, but now I like Solana. It's a good one.
So and there's nothing saying you can't go out across multiple chains if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So the getting our arms around the NFT world is something we're getting closer on. It's such a wild, crazy market at the moment. The NFT world it's an interesting place for sure.
It's hard to kind of wrap your head around.
It is. I talked to some people about it, and they're like, "That's ridiculous. It's gonna, it's never gonna last. Why would I do that?" And then other people are like, "This is gold. This is the greatest thing ever."
Yeah.
So kind of there's camps on both sides, right? And then there's some of us who haven't absolutely no idea what's going to happen. I'm kind of in that middle. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I mean, anything, if people feel there's value in something, then there's value in it, right? I mean, it's that simple.
Right. I gotcha.
Yep. And then we've got our secret mystery marketing that'll be coming out, and
your secret mystery marketing.
yeah, it's gonna be super freaking cool. It'll be something that no other token, I have not seen any other token do. I think it's going to give us the ability to draw a lot of attention, which is going to be cool. So, that's that. Hopefully that'll happen by the.
So you think you can come on here and just tease and tease and tease without giving a hint?
Yeah, that one I can't.
Yeah, he did that shit last time too.
He did.
Yeah. It's like so bad. I want to like put something out and like be like, check this out, guys. It's gonna be insane. But I'm like, I gotta do it right. You know what I mean? I gotta market this thing right. but it's gonna be cool. It's literally gonna be something that you guys are gonna be like, wow, I wasn't expecting that. Um, hopefully we get some potential viral videos that maybe spring out of it. So that'd be pretty awesome. Um, and yeah, so more to come on that, but hopefully as I get an exact date, I think it's probably maybe the last week of October if all goes well, like I'm planning. I was shooting for October, so I'm hoping to keep that. I like to keep my dates. So yeah, that's going to be super cool.
All right.
Yeah, so there's some looking through my list of stuff, but I think they're the main, they're the main updates. We've got a couple other podcasts that I'll be attending. One's the BYB Brawler Network podcast, and then Jiu-Jitsu Motivation podcast is another one. So there'll be some cool podcasts get on, just talk about MMACoin and why we created MMACoin and what's MMACoin all about. How's that going to help the world and help the fight industry and help jiu-jitsu and all of that.
Yeah, dude, sounds pretty sick. I'm looking at the chart and I'm just super fucking pissed because last time we did a podcast, I was like, oh, dude, MMACoin's a sick buy right now. And guess who didn't buy?
Yeah. Whoever was loading up down a couple of weeks ago, it's going to do well, and hopefully, there's no predicting price, but if I keep executing, I think the rewards start to come. So quite frankly, it felt really good seeing this chart happen after all the hard work that's been going into it.
Well, it's still not a bad buy. I mean,
yeah,
it's
hopefully
just not the best buy. You didn't fucking load up at the bottom of bottoms.
Yeah.
No, what is your market cap right now? 3.3.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's still a super sick buy.
Yeah. So, I see this as an investment, quite frankly. There's tokens that you're like, yeah, this is not an investment, right? This is me getting in, hoping for 100% and 200% rolling,
Yeah.
But I'm structuring this, building this out where it's like, what, I want people to be comfortable, investing and saying, what, I'm gonna see what this thing does in like 2 years, right? And
yeah,
it was I that guy who was in that thing 2 years ago, right? And just kept riding it out. So hopefully, that's what people are seeing with the way we're executing, and that they're not looking. You're always going to have traders, which is cool, but hoping people are seeing this really as an investment. Similar to our buddies, RBX is to me is also an investment where I can I buy, I go to sleep, and I sleep well. I'm not worrying about oh my God, I have to wake up in the middle of the night and see what's going on. Is it right?
Did we get rugged while I was sleeping, or are we still good?
Exactly. Because that's not a good life to live.
No, it's horrible. Messes up your sleep habits. Start forgetting to brush your teeth.
It's nasty, man.
It's nasty. It's nasty living for sure.
Yeah. So
no, you're just building a quote unquote like crypto business. It's no different than throwing money into ETH. Really.
Yeah, exactly.
You're actually doing something.
Yeah, and I also talk, some of the other things, I started joking around about, Badger Swap.exchange, right? And I was like, well, and I started talking to Sai about it, and I was like, what can we do? Like, that might be kind of cool, right? Somehow, even putting like a widget, some kind of, an RBX widget or something, on our website, right? So it's kind of like front end Badger, back end RBX, something like that. So I think anything's possible. With we've got a sick ecosystem, and which is good. So we got to take advantage of that, right?
It's funny you mention that because that's exactly what we're doing.
There you go. Right.
That's actually exactly what we're doing. It's on the roadmap.
That's on the roadmap, and it's actually going to be. I think that's a couple down the line for size time, but yeah, we're going to be distributing that out to anyone that wants it.
Yeah. Well, I know a token that would be interested, so let's.
Well, there you go.
We always love.
Do you have a
being on
connection
the
to it?
bleeding edge. Yeah, so there's a lot of possibilities. Also thinking about some vertical integration possibilities of even expanding into some other crypto type businesses to benefit MMACoin, right? I see a lot of these listing sites and the PooCoin sites and Dex tools and all of those, and I'm like, well, and there could be some opportunities in that area that we're looking at to build out, and then any any revenues we generate from there feed back into MMACoin buybacks and energy drink and whatever else. So yeah, no, there's honestly there's endless possibilities once you get rolling, I think.
Of course, 100%. It's great. It's a fucking land of gold, brother.
It is.
As long as you put the work in, yeah.
Yeah, you just gotta wake up every day. I wake up every day. I'm like, I'm gonna do something positive for MMACoin today, right? And that's basically what I've been doing.
No, we appreciate it. Somebody's got it.
Your competition is trash. There's so many coins out there that promise so much shit and never deliver.
Yeah, it's every day. It's been diluted with a lot of garbage, unfortunately, right?
Yeah.
A
lot of garbage that's worth a lot more money than it fucking should be.
Yeah. Well, there's that. It's like it's kind of it's a marketing battle out there, really. Unfortunately, you've got some tokens that have big backing that may not be completely that aren't offering much, but they've got huge marketing budgets, and that's that's part of the thing. It's how you gotta be the super marketer, and you gotta be creative, but you also need to be wise with your funds, and it's gets expensive very quickly, for sure, as you guys know.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. No, that was one of the main things with RBX that had to happen was a marketing budget, a designated amount that goes directly towards marketing, because when that launched, it didn't exist.
Yeah.
So pretty much all of this has been coming out of Size Pocket directly, and community donations to a certain extent, but those have been a little lacking as of late.
But, now we're excited about the 2%. It's very reasonable and sells, and that'll definitely help for sure.
It will.
Yeah, I mean the rebranding of RBX has been amazing, in my opinion. I'm totally stoked about it. I love the rebranding. I love the new professional image, and the products. It's just a matter of time. It's going to happen, and those who are investing now, I think they're going to be lucky in the long run.
I think so. No, I know so, because we've had
exactly.
we've had some talks that we can't really divulge, but
now you're pulling a Pablo, man. You're laying stuff out there. You can't
I'm allowed to. It's my podcast.
Yeah, that's true. You can do anything you want. Right?
You can't come in here and cock tease me, but I can cock tease the listener all I want.
The one thing I wanted to mention, I forgot. So we sponsored Amanda Levy. She she was going into a jiu-jitsu event, grappling event, called Who's Number One, which is a big event. Lot of eyes. It's on Flow Grappling. It's watched on Flow Grappling. So she was towards she's kind of an underdog a bit, but she's a beast. So it's a tournament style. They of course she gets picked. Her first bracket, she's literally fighting like the number one girl, Gabby Garcia, in the entire world. Um, she's she's a big, strong woman, and she's world champion. Like I don't know how many times. She literally, so Amanda comes out. She's got MMACoin on her back. She's got the honey badger on there. And literally beats the number one girl in the world. Like, no, I don't think anyone's ever gotten her, in a rear naked choke twice. I mean, it was ridiculous. And I was so stoked to have that happen. And Amanda's totally cool. She's a cool girl. But yeah, so that was pretty cool. I think we got some good exposure, in that event, especially with Amanda coming out and slaying like that. So it was cool.
Do you have a process to vet fighters, or like are you just kind of open to whatever?
How we finding them and how we getting them and all that stuff?
Yeah.
So
or is that secret
some
sauce?
people I know. Some people, I'm like, hey, I know some people where I can just be like, hey, can you connect me to this person? And, I can likely get connected to them. I've talked to multiple people where we ended up not doing a deal with them. Honestly, like the super high end people, it's extremely expensive. And, I feel like the kind of the micro or the smaller, the smaller influencers and fighters, like I feel like their supporters are like super strong, right? They're so we've kind of been taking that route a bit, kind of picking and choosing. For Sarah, we actually, one of the MMACoin holders like sent me a private message like, hey, I don't know, what'll come of this, but, I know Sarah and, I've known her for a long time. She's, super nice and cool and, and hooked me up with her manager. And we had conversations for a while back and forth. I also saw Sarah, Jake Paul had sent her $5,000 as part of a GoFundMe she had out there for basically trying to stay training full time and still, and fund everything. And so she got a lot of exposure there. So, that's kind of how we came across Sarah. There's, I think the deeper I get in with different people, it seems like there's more and more opportunities that are springing up with different fighters. I also keep an eye out, on Twitter and, for anyone who's up and coming and popular and, getting a lot of attention, obviously they're ideal, but yeah, we got to pick and choose. I mean, I've had some, we were talking to, actually it was one of the guys from the Jake Paul Woodley fight. It's just, we just can't compete at this point with some of the sponsors that are coming in. You got big giant beast sponsors coming in, probably dropping $200,000 on some of these people. Right. So we're like, yeah, we're not there yet someday. But we're not quite there yet. So, we'll grind slowly to the top, and do it wisely.
So are you like, when you sponsor these fighters, are you giving them like tokens or like cash or?
Yeah, kind of, honestly.
Or does it depend fighter to fighter?
Yeah, it is. It really is fighter to fighter. Most of them, honestly, it's just has been cash deals. I'm super stingy, like with the tokens.
Of
So like,
course.
I mean, they're there, but I try to protect them, and I don't want, and I try to vet these people out, very, a lot. So I know they're not just going to come in and be like, yeah, I'm going to sell, boom, and crush everything. So yeah, it's mostly cash. There are some, a couple that, have some tokens, but they're not interested in, in selling anything. They want to ride the wave too, So yeah, it's kind of how that's been working.
You could always vest them too.
Yeah, yeah, and that is the happening also. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So trying to do it all right.
Sounds
Um,
pretty good, man. Anything else you
Any
wanna?
closing statements? Oh, sorry about
um,
that. I got something going on at the house. So
it's all good. We all have lives all happening around us, right? Yeah, no, just wanted to say thanks to you guys for for the support. John helps me a lot on on Telegram and kind of the support and technology kind of stuff. He's and our moderators, Alden, Jimmy, those guys, they help a ton too. So thanks to them also. But yeah, no, just anyone who's been a part of this and helping out, and just all the holders. The Telegram's getting stronger. I think the holders are you know believe in MMA coins. So I appreciate all that support also, and we'll keep delivering, and hopefully we look back in 2 years and we're like, wow, this is this is amazing, right?
When is MMACoin gonna start their own fight promotion?
Funny you said that, because I literally, when I was brainstorming, I actually wrote a MMA coin ecosystem graphic. It's very written and ugly. I would need to get my graphics person to to make that happen, and I will. But yeah, I actually put that in there. I was like, that's it's a possibility, right? Anything's possible. I mean, hell, I even had like MMA Coin Cafe in there, right? It's like, I think it's literally endless possibilities. So it'll be cool. It'd be
Dude,
great.
it'd be cool if you could do like crypto fights, right? Like Dev versus Dev. They hop in the ring.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I think
That'd
Dave,
be
Dave,
sick as shit.
Dave, I think Dave was supposed to fight John at some the other John Dog, right?
yeah, he
Yeah.
completely. I like to think that his fear of fighting me is what made him go kind of incognito there.
Yeah, I haven't. You know what? I haven't. That's right. I haven't heard from him
Yeah,
much.
no, he's too afraid to fight me on a volcano.
You literally scared the crap out of him, dude.
I scared him off into a little hole. God, I hope he's listening.
John, are you out there?
Are you out there? I know
Uh,
you're aware of the podcast.
yeah, yeah. Well, it's funny. It's we've been doing well with marketers. I'd say, right. We weren't getting ripped off, and that's not easy. That's not an easy thing to say, because it's literally Scamville out here. But we did actually get ripped off by a huge YouTuber, like $1,600. He made the video. He actually made like 5 edits of the video, and I was like, "Cool, yeah, man. I think we're there, right? It looks great. Let's do it." He even made the video before I sent him the money. Sent it over. Freaking ghosted. Like that was it. Like stopped following, stopped, answering, just total dick. Dick move, really. And ironically, the dude lives probably like an hour away from me.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, which is like really odd.
That's
Really
your
odd.
first title bout.
Yeah, so his name's Michael Luzzi, Luzzi. So if anyone wants to, call this guy out, he's, be careful out there because I see him involved in some other crypto stuff, which is, so I'm sure he's doing the same thing to other people, but totally not cool. It's like, dude, like part of this stuff goes to charity to help kids, and you're like out there scamming, like why would you do that? Totally not cool. Yeah, so I was talking to some other people, and they're like, yeah, we should get this dude, let's get a fighter to call him out, or whatever.
Or maybe show up at his door.
Yeah, well, honestly, I was thinking about MMACoin LLC versus this dude. Honestly, I was thinking about filing a lawsuit against him, but I'm like, you know what? Is it even worth my energy for this dude? I don't know, but
you should know it's not about the money. It's the principle.
It is the principle, and I'm very principled, so it's kind of bugged me for a while, but I was like, yeah, I'm gonna, we'll see where it goes. I may still do that, or get them into, they have celebrity boxing call outs, right? I'll get them in there somehow. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I was trying to figure out how I can turn it into a positive, right? Anyway, that didn't really want to finish on that because it was kind of a negative, but yeah, MMACoin is doing well, and thanks to everybody who's being a part of it.
See, now I know you've never listened to any of our episodes because we never finish on a positive.
You guys,
half the time we just call it. We just finish it.
Like, yeah, don't even say goodbye. Just hang up. Like,
that's pretty much what we do.
Yeah, pretty much. No, Biggie says something that I just can't handle, and I stop the recording.
That's all she wrote, Biggie. That's all she wrote.
Yeah, I go off the deep end, and instead of just saying no, he has to turn it off because once I cross a certain line, there's no coming back. Sometimes
there's no coming back. Well, and even it's.
We had a little bit of that last night.
Little bit. We had even more of that on our lost footage. Jesus Christ!
That should never see the daylight, man.
God, I got
for the hell.
I'd like to get my hands on that. That's probably the real entertaining stuff.
Well, I was coming off of COVID. I still had the brain fog and all of that, and then I don't know what was going on with Biggie. I think he had just read the infrastructure bill or something, so he was all hypey. It was pretty bad. I mean, it would have. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
that's all that needs to be.
I'm sure you guys were having a good time.
No. It was mainly just anger.
I don't know about Dave, but I was having a fucking blast.
Well, yeah, but you're only happy when you're angry.
Yeah, it's passion, dude. It's not anger.
There you go.
Be passionate about what you do.
That's right.
Oh, I had to listen back to it. There was a little bit of passion. There was a lot more anger.
I'm passionate about tax law, bro. What can I say?
Yeah, I know. At some point, I might have to move to Puerto Rico and. Where there's no crypto tax down there, and
Panama.
Yeah, Panama. There's a few of them out there.
I think Portugal as well.
Yeah, I think it is actually. I think Portugal's another one.
Portugal has a fucking super low cost of living too. Like they're pretty much like, hey, we need money here, and they're very favorable to businesses.
Yeah,
and
that's cool.
People with money.
That's a positive note.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Portugal or Puerto Rico or Panama, anywhere that starts with a P, apparently.
Yeah, maybe that's like a prerequisite, right? I don't know. What other P countries are out there?
I know the Philippines is all right with it. It's
Philippines,
just,
there you go.
Yeah. I had fun there.
Good stuff, guys.
All right,
Pablo. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Yeah,
thanks for having me on, guys. I appreciate it.
And then maybe a couple months out, when you get another round, we'll have you back on because it's always a pleasure.
Good stuff. Appreciate it.
It's nice
You guys
bringing some.
have a good one.
It's nice bringing some professionalism to this blighted hellscape. All right. Well, thank
All
you,
right.
Pablo.
See you guys. Have a good one.
Love you.
Love you guys.